bro. It's like the one night of the year where we fit in. Cool.
Get back here. What part of moving the shadows don't you understand?
So, yeah, Stephen, I think everybody knows the Ninja Turtles. It's one of those like iconic, you know, characters and brands. I wonder what your kind of first encounter with them was. Was it the cartoons or the movies?
It was the movies. I knew of the cartoon, but I remember actually specifically I was reading a Superman comic and I saw a poster for the live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it was like New York City. It was not actually dissimilar to the poster behind you right now, and it was like the sewer popping up a little bit, and then you saw the 4 turtles. And in my head at 10, I'm like, well, how are they gonna do that? And it turns out the answer was quite simple. It was rubber suits, and yeah, I loved those movies. We went and saw them. They always almost like lined up with one of my buddy's birthday parties. Like I knew all the words to the Vanilla Ice rap. I love those movies. Were awesome.
Was it fun kind of when you got cast going back and, because obviously you're in Arrow, so you know, comic book, that world and stuff. Was it fun going to the Ninja Turtles comics and doing a bit of research and things like
You know, actually, when I booked the role of Arrow, I didn't do a ton of research prior to the pilot, because the pilot was sort of the story unto itself, and it's everything on the page, and my interpretation of it seemed to jive with what the producers and the director were looking for. So I actually didn't do a ton of research. Same sort of thing with this, whereby it's an origin story. It has an element of an origin story for Casey Jones that we've never really seen in Turtles, insofar as he's a corrections officer. So, and he's not really a finished product in the way that we know him from the comic books. So I really wanted to just settle into this and do it, you know, do what was on the page, and then afterwards, and since then, and actually not until I see the finished product and the finished movie, which is probably happening like imminently, will I sit down and probably get into some Casey Jones comics.
Is it fun with a mask as a prop? Is that a good actory thing to have?
It is. It was not fun with this mask, because amidst the grand scale of this movie, we never totally properly fit it to my face. So it actually was pushing right here, and I wore it for a couple of nights. I basically never broke it in, is what I'm saying. It's like a new pair of skates if you're a hockey player, or again, like a new mask. You wear it for a while, and eventually all the little points that rub at the beginning get better. But it pushed on my face for 2 days, and then it was allergy season in New York, and I don't have allergies, except I got a sinus infection. And I almost had to beg off work for the first time in my career. But we got an on-set doctor, and he gave me something, and I was fine.
All good in the end.
Yes,
yeah.
Right.
We saw you quite recently in WWE, which is very exciting. Any chance of seeing you back there? And you know, I think you and Stardust have been having a little bit of a back and forth. Is that going to be?
You know, I love the WWE so much, and I was so honored to take part in SummerSlam. I would love to go back and do WWE stuff. I think that some of the chances that I took when I did my match and dove off the top rope and all that stuff, I didn't tell anyone from Warner Brothers or Paramount that I was doing that. So if I went back again, they would probably want some assurances that I refused to give them. So we will see. I may have to be done with both Turtles and Arrow before I step back in the ring.
Next season for Arrow as well, with Supergirl going to the CW. Any chance of a bit of a crossover? Could we see that in the future?
What's that? Do bears, you know what, in the woods?
Okay.
I think that it's highly likely that if you have 4 DC superhero properties on one network, that that is an opportunity that may not ever exist again, and certainly hasn't ever existed in the history of television. So I would expect that we would do something.
Whoa, whoa. Hey, fellas!
What's your name?
Casey Jones.
Hey.
You two guys like a thing?
No! Sleep till Brooklyn!